Hey guys, Majin Obama here, and courtesy of SNK, I wanted to give you guys a quick look at their newest character for City of the Wolves, Joe. Newest character? He made a comeback, Joe Higashi. If you're familiar with Joe and kind of the change, and I think the way he's structured in some of the more recent SNK titles, he should feel very familiar to you. He does have some new stuff, but overall, this character is really, really strong at, I would say, mid-range zoning. In particular, standing at this range where you can threaten with his standing D, which is, of course, has a confirmable target combo into itself, where you can threaten with Fireball, when you can threaten with Slide, which you can make very safe, by the way, I got to hit -3 at some range. Of course, his Tornado Uppercut Fireball, and of course his DP. His DP in this game is crazy. The animation has it feels like it has like a big wide tiger face animation on all the versions of it. So Joe is going to be very much that kind of character where he wants to be in mid range, especially if he can walk you to the corner and kind of just apply pressure with fireballs, his standing pokes, and of course threaten with his DP and his upper body invul attack, which has combo sequences that if he has meter, he can dump on you, looking at 355 to 500, depending on the range and how it hits. Also, the other ways that Joe, you want to take note of his feints, right? He has neutral feint and his down. His down feint moves a lot. It's I think in conjunction with his rev dash is going to make him pretty mobile, actually. But his neutral feint, especially off a close C, that's one way for him to get significant frame advantage in addition to his EX attacks. EX Crescent Kick, EX Fireball, these attacks are going to give him a little bit of frame advantage. But this parry stance here is kind of unique. It loses to lows. It does have a throw. It has an overhead elbow chop, and if that hits airborne, I believe that does a juggle point. It does like a ground bounce. It's kind of hard to make it work in combos though, but you have the threat of a low, a standing mid kick, or an overhead chop, or a throw invul throw. But these were some of the combos that I was able to come up with. I'm sure you guys can come up with something better, but maybe this is just like a starting point. Just light button confirms into DP sequences and then just DP juggles, especially if you can walk them towards the corner, mid-screen, maybe just go for slash kick. But I think a lot of his attacks that end in -2 or -3, when it comes to gameplay, the threat of that parry stance might be an interesting option against some characters. And so I encourage you guys to mess around with that, check it out. Also of note, his kick super. The level 2, it's hard to explain, but it's like the first part will wall bounce them, and it's chargeable. The second part of the attack is also chargeable, but you can't charge it too long or they'll fall down. It's almost like a mini game. You have to time the release on the second part of the attack for the heavy kick version of that super. It's pretty interesting. It might open up for some interesting combo potential. Anyway, Joe, I think he's going to feel very comfortable, I think, for people who want to kind of sit at mid-range and focus on zoning. And if you've been playing Joe in recent SNK titles, it should feel right at home for you. I'm sure you guys will be able to find more optimal combo routing and sequencing once you get a chance to try Joe out for yourselves. But I listed some anti-air counter hit confirms as well as some big button counter hit confirms to kind of get you guys started, just to provide some ideas for you to hop in on day one, kind of fast jump your offense like that. That said, I'll catch you guys for the next one. Thanks again to SNK for providing us the opportunity to be able to play Joe a little bit early and give you guys this stuff. And with that said, I'll catch you guys next time. Everybody be easy.